The topic is compounds. Now, compounds is a pure substance that is made up of two or more elements chemically combined together in a fixed proportion under fixed condition, and this is known as a compound. Now, in elements, they are made up of similar kind of atoms, but compound is made up of two or more elements which are combined together in a fixed proportion and under fixed conditions. For example, we have calcium carbonate, sugar, common salt, etc. Calcium carbonate is represented as CaCO3. So these atoms, they are joined chemically under fixed proportion and under fixed conditions. Now sugar is represented as C6H12O6, which is also known as the glucose, and common salt is represented as NaCl. So these are the types of compounds which occur. Now other example is that to form water, hydrogen and oxygen, they always combine in the ratio 1:8 under the condition of high temperature. Now let us see how water will form. So hydrogen and oxygen will always combine in the ratio of 1:8 by mass. We take two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, that will form water. Now one atom of hydrogen, it has mass of 1 gram. So two atoms of hydrogen will have mass of 2 gram. And one atom of oxygen, it has mass of 16 gram. Now if we take the simplest ratio, it will come out to be 1:8. So always when forming one molecule of water, hydrogen and oxygen will combine in the ratio 1:8. Now, compounds can be separated into their constituents only by chemical methods. Example is that water can be separated into hydrogen and oxygen by passing an electricity. This method is known as electrolysis. So we take two molecules of water and pass the electricity. So we will get two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen. So in this way we can separate the constituents of a compound by passing the electricity. This method is known as electrolysis. Now properties of compounds, they differ from the properties of their constituents. For example, carbon is a combustible substance and oxygen supports combustion, but the compound that is formed from both carbon and oxygen, that compound has different properties from both the constituents, because carbon dioxide produced from them, it is used to extinguish fire. Now carbon is combustible and oxygen is supporter of combustion, but when these both will combine, they will form CO2, that is carbon dioxide, and it acts as the extinguisher of fire. Now similarly, if we take two atoms of sodium, it easily burns in the atmosphere, and if we take chlorine gas, that is a suffocating gas. But when these both will combine, they will form two molecules of NaCl, which is also known as sodium chloride, and it is known as common salt, so it is edible. So we can see that properties of compounds, they are different from the properties of their constituents. Now during the formation of a compound, energy is absorbed or it is either released. For example, N2 plus O2 will combine to form nitrogen oxide, then heat will be absorbed during this process. Now if nitrogen molecule is reacting with three molecules of hydrogen, it will react to form ammonia and heat will be released in this process. So either heat is absorbed or heat is released during the formation of a compound. Now these compounds, they are homogeneous in nature, that means that they have a uniform composition because the atoms which are forming the compounds, they are joined in fixed ratio. I hope you understood this topic well. Thank you.